Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. It's Veroosh and this is your reading for love for the rest of 2021. A happy new moon. You're getting this on the new moon from me, so I hope you're having a nice time and I hope the energy is good for you. We're going to start off with the tarot to take a look at your energy just to start off with. So we're taking a look at July through December 2021. Okay. So first off, we have we have Mercury and Sagittarius. I think this is probably the best starting card, and you're the 11th sign I'm reading for. You're going to be surrounded by very encouraging words, lots of love, lots of admiration. This is a very nice cycle for you. I'll show you the astrology in a minute and how it applies to you. But I think the next 6 months are going to be very, very hopeful looking. I see a lot of positive attention being directed to you by people around you. So there's a lot of kind words being said and just positive things being said towards you. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, look at this, generosity. Sag, if you date women, they will be very generous with you. They will be, I don't know, cooking good meals or bringing nice gifts over, some kind of positive physical attention. And don't get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, like giving you gifts of a physical nature or cooking for you, that kind of thing. Some kind of supportive energy. It's nice. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in Earth, very earthy. There's a relationship that could be beginning over the next 6 months. Eight of Pentacles. There's new beginnings. A lot of pentacles. Look at this. 4 pentacles in the front row. Very good. So big money transits, big opportunities. Pluto is in your second house. I'm not surprised. Going in a new direction with regard to finances. The world is opening up. There's new possibilities for you out there. I have a feeling that you might be surrounded by a Virgo. There might be a Virgo in your life, sun in Virgo, not moon or rising. And I feel as though you may be beginning some financial things, a new business on the outlook, some kind of new energy around you at this time. I have a feeling that you are overall receiving different perspectives on things. So it's not all light and bright, but it's all not doom and gloom. And so I think that you need to balance one with the other for a reasonable perspective. Don't expect life on easy street, but also don't expect a life full of complications at this time. And I think that you should be very, very hopeful about where things are going. Within relationships, I feel like your relationships are very generous, emotionally generous at this time. I think that you will be in some kind of community of people, of artisans, which means, I mean, you don't have to go and join a art group, but you will be surrounded by other people who share in similar interests. And maybe if you're in a relationship, you and your partner will participate in that. And there will be a lot of people with whom you're sharing your interests with and just you're living your life through doing a lot, which means like you're doing things and that is your primary mode of interacting with others. Yeah, just very encouraging atmosphere, very like giving you a thumbs up, the go ahead to move forward with things. In terms of relationships, there's a real sign that for those of you who have been dating someone casually or being really single, there could be like the beginning stages of meeting someone for a very serious relationship. So you might just meet them. The relationship may not start yet, but you might be talking to someone or having your first interactions with someone of that nature. If that's the case, I feel like your friends are incredibly supportive of you and encouraging you. Like your pep team is trying to encourage you in this direction. So listen to them. It might be some good advice. I want to show you guys astrologically why I'm doing this reading now, so you can kind of see the pattern, how it's going to extend over the next 6 months. So We have a couple transits happening right now. We have the new moon in Cancer, and that will set things off. This is in the 8th house. This has a lot to do with physical intimacy and those kinds of things. There's also a conjunction with Sirius that happened between July 5th and 7th, but the consequences of that conjunction, they still continue and radiate on. This is all happening in your 8th house. 8th house has a lot to do with passion, intimacy, seduction, a lot of like very romantic, or well, it's not romantic, but it's like this pull towards people, people being pulled together, being with one another. There could be a relationship that you're involved in which it's very physical and not much else. Now, it's not a casual relationship, but like the dynamics of the relationship are at first driven by the physical aspect of the relationship. I could really see that. So you could be starting off in July in a very physical relationship, or maybe if you are already married or partnered up, then maybe that your relationship at this time is very focused on the physical aspect of things. We also have the North Node in your 7th house, and it's conjunct a fixed star called Aldebaran. So there's this beautiful star that the North Node is with. It's giving you clarity and focus, and for you, it's happening in the 7th house. So everything that you've wanted in terms of relationships, everything that you deny yourself or are confused about. Sometimes we want things, but there's emotional things or self-confidence things that may be preventing us from looking at what we want, so we deny it to ourselves. This conjunction with the North Node and Aldebaran will in some way allow you to very clearly say what you want, what type of relationship you want, what type of love you want, without all the pomp and circumstance, without all the layers of the shoulds, have-tos, and coulds. And this includes what kind of person you want. Maybe there's someone around you who you really want, but you deny yourself because you feel like you can't be with them for a certain reason. I'm getting the sense that for those of you who have a crush or desire towards someone who you think is better than you, you may actually come to realize that you are able to assert that for yourself. I want this relationship. Say yes to it and be affirmative. So that's a really powerful transit. This transit of the North Node in Gemini lasts until December when it moves into Taurus. But for now, throughout the whole month of July, the North Node is with Aldebaran peaking on July 15th. And so look for a decision about who you want, very clear thinking about who you want and why. And then the last transit, and this is probably the most relationship oriented transit. The other three are catalysts or accelerants. They just kind of boost up this energy. It's the conjunction between Venus and Mars. We've talked about this before. I've explained these transits in detail in the description in a playlist called Abundant Love. I'm also putting them up here in the corner in the cards, so go check them out. But the conjunction between Mars and Venus is happening on July 13th and continues on until March 22nd, almost on the other side of the zodiac. So for you, this is going to cover the top of the house, your social house, your personal introspection, and then a lot to do with your personality. So it looks as though you're having a powerful romantic moment that in some way will turn into a cathartic self-evaluation from which you are going to learn important things about yourself and change your life. That doesn't mean that the relationship will not work, but the relationships that you may be having now will be in some way forming your identity or helping you think about who you are. Maybe release even some old aspects of yourself as Venus and Mars transit over Sagittarius in your first house in the fall. And so once they reach this point, they'll have another two set of conjunctions. Venus retrograde will happen in your second house. And so you're going to have a profound awareness and a profound change in life. So I think that right now the energy here is really encouraging you to move forward. Move forward on the relationship you want. Be very open with your partner. All of these things. Go after your dreams, Sagittarius, through the summer and into the early fall. And everything around you is encouraging you to go. If anything, I feel like maybe you're hesitant at times, and this is saying basically you should go after your dreams, go after the people you want, go after the opportunities you want. All of those things are very important. The next message is the World card. Okay, so this could mean that a family member is far away in the world somewhere. This could be also a love affair that's far away, because look at this. We have Mars and Venus in your 9th house of faraway travel. You might travel with your partner far away in July, or maybe even into August. There's these possibilities here for you to reach far at this time in the arms of love. That's very romantic, Veroosh. Thank you, Veroosh. Yes. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands next. Also a very romantic. Four of Wands is the marriage card. You know, you in the traditional deck you have 4 poles and a couple standing under wreaths, like marriage. Okay, so I feel like this is a down. Those of you who have gone through ups and downs in your relationships, you might be actually entering into marriage with the person. You might be solidifying that relationship by overcoming the past. Now, these ups and downs could be between the two of you, or you have gone through a lot together. So if you're in that boat, it looks like you're heading down the aisle. And I think that at first you're maybe a little bit apprehensive, but I think you'll be very happy once you get there. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. A great time to bond with others. Look at the Six of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles is like, you know, you being by yourself, or people joining together in need, you know, to be kind with one another. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is like being generous with others. So you have this generosity right at the center of your reading. 2 lines now. There's 2 more in the spread. So yeah, generosity all around you, a big focus on your relationships with others, on really needing others in your life. 5 of Swords. I think this card shows up a lot for me because I really like it. I think it's so cute. Like this little boy in the green outfit. Like children used to be dressed like that, you know, like back in the day. I like maybe not exactly like this, but you know, that it's like, but this is so cute, right? Like little pom-poms. So anyway, so I think that in some way you have to stand apart, and this is maybe a message more for work. You need to stand apart from other people and hold your ground with something. You may need to distance yourself from work colleagues in order to excel. You must in some way not be afraid to socially distance yourself to achieve the things you want with regard to your career. Okay? So, and new things beginning. So the new thing that's beginning for you, in some way you have to be prepared to do it on your own. And the more confidence you have with that, and those of you who are able to do that, you will be much more successful with it. Then we have the Ace of Rods, new beginning, new beginnings in work. There could be a financial incoming energy for you with regard to work. Somebody's offering you a pay raise because of skills and your quality of skill and craftsmanship. You could be getting bursaries for school, or like extra money, scholarships. This is if you're applying for scholarships, it looks good for that. Also, if you're trying to gain money for like your family, especially relationship issues, like to buy a home with your partner or something like that, money will be coming in a heavy amount. Let me show you this. Pluto is really at the end of your transits here, and so I feel that this transit in some way will accentuate right until 2023, 2024, as Pluto starts entering into Aquarius. The windfall of money will start really piling up, and you should be excited because no one who's a Sag placement in our generation, the previous generation, 100 years back, has had this transit in the second house. So you're very lucky to be a Sag, and you're very, very lucky to have Pluto in the second house. It could have seen you go through major lows financially at the beginning of the transit, but I think many of you will be bouncing back with big, big financial gains. Pluto in the second house is no joke. In terms of clients, the ones that I see who have Pluto in the second house, it's just remarkable what some of them have and who they are. It's just one of these big financial transits, in my opinion, especially in Capricorn. So we have the Five of Cups next. It feels as though maybe a family member was far away, and there could have been this kind of, they left and maybe they were traveling somewhere and it was just very exciting. Or maybe they distanced themselves from you in a physical way. And I feel as though if somebody was careless with your emotions and sort of pushed you away to go do their own things in life, you might be surprised to find out that they're sort of disappointed with what happened. Those of you who experienced dismissiveness from others, they're living with their consequences. And I think you'll become aware of that over the next 6 months, okay? Then we have the Hierophant here. Okay, so Hierophant, continuation. You're building up a community around you of friends and allies. I feel like good things are coming. I think that you might be hosting a lot of people at your home, like visiting with others and connection with others and that sort of thing. Then we have the King of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. Secondary transits in fire as well. Somebody's watching over you. They're making sure that you're okay. If you have a partner, they're watching you get through a struggle with a friend that has happened over the past while. So this is the end of the struggle in your situation, and your partner has been watching over you and making sure you're okay. Now, it's nowhere near sunset, but there's a giant cloud. The cloud isn't a cloud, it's a forest fire. I wish I could show you guys. And the sun's getting a little dark. We're like an hour away from sunset, but it's already getting dark because of this like, it's not a cloud. It's like, the forest fire smoke. Smoke, that's the word I'm looking for. So sorry about this. Okay, so yeah, overlooking you in your social encounters, in your social friendships, making sure you're okay. I think that if someone like a sibling has been far away and starts coming back, especially from far away, I think that your partner is going to show a little bit of discernment with regard to them. I think they're going to give them a bit of a hard time, and that's just them being protective over you, and so they just really want to make sure you're okay. They don't want you to hurt. So if like a brother, sibling, cousin is coming back from far away, the King of Wands is like, don't put your heart on the sleeve this time around, or they might be putting a little pressure on you. But it's only care and concern that comes, but very, very protective energy. Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. New beginnings slowly evolve, especially around work. Work is going to be a slow process through the next 6 months, but it's one for you to focus on. A few signs actually had this very like love focused, focused love reading. I think money is going to be a huge expansion point for many people, and I think like 3 or 4 signs have huge money readings amid this love reading. And I think the reason for that is that you reach great success financially, and within that great success, that establishes your ability to be open to love and all of that stuff. Okay, so big bounce back financially. The Emperor is here. Again, controlling partner, but maybe not for the right for the wrong reasons. protective. You might have to deal with a partner who's a little bit intense. Oh, Lilith is in your 7th house. That's why. Okay, here we go. This is it. This does not mean that you should break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner or whatever. But Lilith is going to enter into your 7th house on the 18th or 17th of July, and will be there for 10 months. And so in the 7th house is a bit of a tough transit. You can ask Scorpios. They've gone through this last 10 months. It's the house of the partner. So partners do accept whatever you experience in your partnerships. Like, let's say the shadow side of all your partners, like if they're lazy, or if in this case, if they're a bit controlling and a little bit dogmatic, which Geminis can be on the shadow side, then that might be accentuated. Even if your partner's great and you love them and everything's great, those characteristics in them, whether they're a Gemini or not, are going to come through a bit more. So I think that you will have this like a bit of feeling intensity, from a partner who's maybe a little bit bullish, a little bit protective, a little bit. And so work your way around it, allow them to have I think that they're just very concerned for your welfare, but I think because of Lilith, it'll come across as a bit intense. Now, listen, whenever I say this stuff, then I wonder, I'm like, what if somebody is going through something legitimately controlling? I'm not talking about partners who are abusively controlling or anything like that. So if you're in that situation, let me be the first to tell you to leave, and don't let a tarot card reader, astrologer tell you to stay in anything that's abusing your personal boundaries. This is what I'm seeing here, is a partner who's a little bit abrasive, a little bit too much, a little bit intense, maybe calls you too much, something like that, but nothing abusive, nothing dark, just a little bit intense, a little bit overbearing. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, change and it looks as though maybe you were shamed by a family member. Maybe you were shamed by a family member who had more than you for a time, who had more success or more money or something. I'm not wishing any ill on your family members, but I think somebody around you who has had that imposing energy onto you, their luck has somehow changed, and now you are sort of, they're coming back around with a different luck. And so they're coming back in a more conciliatory tone. And so, like, what goes around comes around, karma. You don't want to get into that vindictive side of things, because that's a boomerang effect. Basically, karma will bite you in the ass if you think that way. But the point is that over here, I do think that you have someone around you who is coming back around, coming back around. Then we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, a very important water sign figure. It could be a male or female. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but their signature is water, which means that they come to you with a very emotional, supportive energy. I think someone is very excited for your newfound success around you, and this could be a love interest, it could be a friend, and I think that they're very much there on an emotional level to help and support you. This could be also one of your teachers if you're in school, like you have a very supportive teacher who really wants your success. Then we have the Devil in this position. You're worried about things. Again, overbearing partner. Again, not problematic. And if it's problematic, if it's in the extreme, then get out of there. You have other things to be interested in or worried about. 6 of Wands, victory, success is yours. Great successes in terms of work. You could be working with somebody who's younger than you, considerably younger, like inappropriately younger for a relationship, but still kind of cute and flirty. Still an adult, like maybe a 23-year-old and you're like 35, right? Like you would never date somebody that young, but they're sweet and endearing and they're hitting on you, but not in a weird way. And you have this kind of flirtation. It could be really fun. All positive, right? And then we have the 8 of Swords. And so you're freeing yourself from something that you've been stuck in before all this happened. This is all a big blossoming energy. Jupiter is in Aquarius this year till the end of the year. This is a really good transit for you in terms of growth. It's a nice sextile to your placements. And so, yeah, it's just going to help you just kind of level up. I remember when Jupiter was in Sag and all these Sagittarians had these big years. I remember Nicki Minaj, who's a Sag, came out with like these really cool songs after a while. And it was like there was a lot of Sagittarians really stepping up. It was a good vibe. And now Jupiter in Aquarius is kind of a mirror of this, but just like a little bit less intense version of that. So expect a really good frequency. 5 of Wands, a lot of people around you, a lot of you figuring out who's who and what's worth your attention. I feel like many of you will be avoiding your partner a lot just because they're overbearing. Annoying, again, not inappropriate. They just want to protect you and you want to go do your thing. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, we all, especially in long-term relationships, we all have our ups and downs, and this does not mean this will last forever. I think this is going to be several months of them being a little bit too intrusive. Maybe they have too much time on their hands and they're like paying attention to you too much. Okay, so now let's take a look at the 2 signs that you should look out for, and that is Gemini, and I mean that in a positive sense. What are your lucky signs for the last 6 months of this year in love? Scorpio and Gemini. Look at this, Sagittarius. Okay. Some people have been really messaging me with Scorpio Sag placements. If it works for you, go for it. It might be opposites attract, that kind of thing. Anyway, I wish you guys all the best with this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. Happy new moon if you're watching this on July 9th. And best wishes to you in love in 2011. Take care. Bye.